I figured to cover a little bit of movie news here. This is from Collider 2 days ago. That Young Guns 3, yeah, Emilio Estevez says that a sequel is definitely in the works. And I know Lou Diamond Phillips has talked about this recently. And I think in that same interview, Lou Diamond Phillips was asked about, if he can make another sequel to a film he's done before. He mentioned The First Power. And I'm like, okay, that makes more sense. Should it happen? I'm not sure. But, it makes more sense than Young Guns 3. Because I'm trying to figure out how this is going to work. I love the first Young Guns. It has a great cast. To me, it's a classic. Young Guns 2, the cast, it was cool to see some familiar faces. In addition, some new faces. I like the soundtrack, by John Bon Jovi. Blaze of Glory is a great song. But the film's biggest problem is the ending. Because you kill off these characters, which, historically, some of them actually lived on. And it begs the question, how is a Young Guns 3 going to work? You've already explored the Brushy Bill Roberts angle. And they're not exactly young. I mean, I love Emilio, but, he's up there in age. Lou Diamond Phillips, same thing. I'm a big Lou Diamond Phillips fan. LDP for life, but, he's up there. I mean, the first Young Guns came out in, 1988? Yeah, 88. Young Guns 2 came out a couple of years later. So again, I don't understand how this is going to work. I would love for someone to explain to me. But looking at the article here, I'll read the article. Yeah, it's been over 30 years since Emilio Estevez last portrayed the legendary outlaw Billy the Kid. But we might see the actor climb back in the saddle for one more ride. Estevez led an all-star cast in Christopher Kane's 1988 biographical action drama Young Guns, including Kiefer Sutherland, Lou Diamond Phillips, Charlie Sheen, Dermot Mulroney, Terrence Stamp, and Tom Cruise in a Blink and You'll Miss It cameo as an army soldier. I think that was in the final act. But the film dramatizes the exploits of Billy the Kid and his gang of gunslingers during the Lincoln County War in New Mexico in the later half of the 19th century. Made on a modest budget, the movie was a surprise hit, spawning a sequel 2 years later that focused on the unsubstantiated claims of Brushy Bill Roberts, an elderly man who captured national attention in 1950 when he insisted he was Billy the Kid and he had faked his death several decades prior. Scroll down a little bit. Freaking ads everywhere. Speaking with Collider, Christina Radish about his upcoming Disney Plus series, The Mighty Ducks Game Changers. Estevez revealed that a third installment in the Young Guns series may be closer than you think. And this is what Emilio says. Yeah, it's definitely in the works. I drive a lot, and I spend a lot of time in the Midwest, and people tell me, we haven't seen you on screen for a while. Come back. We love to see you in movies again. We love to see you play Gordon Bombay. We love to see you play Billy the Kid. So I feel like we ticked one box, and we're working on ticking the other one. The Kid is a fun character to play. There's a lot of speculation about what happened that night in 1881 in Fort Sumner, New Mexico. Did he die? Did he not? And so there's a lot of mythical, historical, and actually some factual things that we can examine if we're serious about going back to that franchise as well. And I think that's it. Yeah, right here it talks about Young Guns 2 a little bit, but I won't read that. But yeah, I mean, again, it just doesn't make any sense. How they're gonna. I mean, again, they're much older now. Emilio, LDP. I mean, who else are you gonna bring back? I mean, again, it kind of goes back to, Young Guns 2 and the ending. I mean, then at the end of that one, Lou Diamond Phillips gets killed. When you talk about movie-wise here, historically, he actually lived on to the early 20s. And so did Kiefer Sutherland. I was looking up this information. Both Chavez and Doc, they lived on. As for what happened to Billy the Kid, I mean, apparently that he got shot by Pat Garrett in that little house, but there's also the Brushy Bill Roberts angle, which again they've explored, they've talked about. That was sort of the beginning of Young Guns 2. You had the lawyer there, talking to Brushy Bill Roberts. So again, you've already explored that angle. You've already gone down that road. I mean, it's not like you're going to have Kiefer again, or Delmont Mulroney, or whoever. Again, who else are you going to bring back? Are you going to get Christian Slater? I doubt. But it's not like he's doing much now, so he might do it. Even though I'm a fan of Christian Slater. So again, I don't understand. And that kind of goes with, the Mighty Ducks. From the looks of the trailer, what I've seen, I don't care for. And this makes no sense. I mean, especially when you look at, part 3s as of late, whether it be Bill and Ted Face the Music, which I know I did a review of. And, I'll be honest, I got caught up in the moment. And, at some point down the road, I'm sure I'll go back and rant on that because of how bad it was. Again, I was caught up in the moment. I got caught in that nostalgia trap. But this is something that, again, just doesn't make any sense. And again, you've already explored the Brushy Bill Roberts mystery. I mean, Emilio Estevez, I'm a big fan of. And if you're going to revisit, maybe you could do Men at Work. But I would say that makes more sense. Men at Work, if you made a sequel, I'm not saying it should happen. I'm not saying that, Emilio do Men at Work, sequel, but that's something that makes more sense. And that's a film that not a lot of people talk about now, but Men at Work is fun. Golf clap. Young Guns 3 is not getting my golf clap. But yeah, Men at Work, Men at Work makes more sense. And I was trying to think of some other Emilio films. And Lou Diamond Phillips, again, I'm a fan of LDP. The First Power, if he talks about, I would like to make a sequel to that. Again, that makes more sense. And he mentioned how he wanted to make it more, more about the horror. I'm like, okay, LDP, like in a sequel to The First Power and making it more, horror-esque, more emphasis on horror. Okay. Again, that's something I can get behind, but I'm not saying it should happen, but from a logic standpoint, makes more sense than a third Young Guns. But anyway, yeah, and again, you're not going to have Blaze of Glory. You're not going to have the soundtrack of, as Young Guns 2, as much as I don't care for it, it does have a great soundtrack. You're not going to have that for Young Guns 3. Or just do something completely different, Emilio. Do something different. Or if you want to do a Western, which people might say, well, he might as well do Young Guns 3, but do a different Western. Or, do an action movie. Do another comedy again, like Men at Work. like Stakeout. You know, again, just something else than the Mighty Ducks and the Third Young Guns. But anyway, I'll just sort of wrap it up here for now. But that's my thoughts on Young Guns 3. Again, I don't know how this is going to work. I would love for someone to explain to me. And that's it for now. But thank you for watching, and have a good day.